Okay, so today I want to talk about being and becoming. And this has been a so fun journey for me because being and becoming is, the integration of this is what I teach. That's what self-realization means. And being means to really align with that essence of who we are, the spiritual being of who we are. And then becoming is this part of the construction of the identity, like who we become each and every moment. And I think, you can explain this from a different perspective, right? Being is in the realm of the presence, and becoming is in the realm of experience. Being is in the realm of knowing, and becoming is in the realm of belief. Being is in the realm of the essence of who we are. Becoming is in the realm of identity, personality, who we become, who we define ourselves in this physical world. Something that I must say is that this becoming of the personality, becoming a person, a certain person, forming an identity, can only happen in the context. So this relative realm, the physical world is the realm of the relative, and it's also a contextual field. Now, what I mean by that is that there's always a context. So right now, the context is that I'm speaking and you're watching or listening. That's context. Now, because we have this context, I can become the speaker, you can become the observer or the listener, right? So the speaker, the idea of speaker emerges out of this context. The idea that you're listening to emerges out of this context. Does that make sense? So it's a little blind spot. It can become a blind spot because you need to kind of zoom out and look at what exactly is happening, right? So every single identity that we shape in our mind only happens in relationship. So, we are a child of our mother, right? The idea of a child can only emerge when you have the mother, right? And somebody who is a mother, if you're a mother becomes an identity as a mother when you have a child, right? So that definition, the identity, the personality of what you're playing in this physical world, the role that you're playing in the physical world, only is born through this context. Yeah. Now, in the spiritual practice, we often talk about none of those stuff that we shape an idea and a conception of us that we shape in this physical realm that consists of five senses: see, hear, smell, taste, touch. That's the language of what creates experience, is the essence of who we are. So beneath that, the palpable feeling that you feel inside of you, the presence of you, is the realm of being. Yeah. And because we are, if I explain this, I can sort of dissect and explain the pieces and the parts of it, but they are not separate, right? They're all integrated and forming the presence and experience, forming the knowing and the belief, and forming the being and the becoming. So that's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. In this physical realm, you can access and tap into the beingness of who you are, which is above the mental construct, above your thoughts, above your inner dialogue, right? You kind of feel, you access through the medium of feeling. You feel the presence of it, right? Now, that is the essence of who we are. But because we're living in this integrated field, right? The physical realm cannot be separated from the spiritual realm. Therefore, your becoming cannot be separated from your being. So let's say if you're being right now, right? If you're being here to be present, right? you're being fully present in the moment. And then when you're being fully present in the moment, you cannot not become, because things are unfolding all the time, because time exists, because everything that is living has movement to it, right? So everything that is living has movement to it. We are movement. We don't move. We are movement. We are never a noun that is static, but we are always a verb that's moving. So when you are fully present in the moment, you are at the same time constantly unfolding the next layer of becoming, the deeper layer of becoming. So you cannot not become as you are being. Yeah. Now, then what do we do with all this information, right? Now, if you constantly navigate your attention to the becoming part of it, you might feel like something is missing, or you might feel like exhausted, because the aligning with that, being of who we are is the home. So you want to be sitting and grounding in that presence all the time. Now, if you only practice being and do not pay attention to the becoming, and you let the becoming be automatic and habitual, and let that default mode of the becoming take over, you will end up feeling not growing or advancing or living a life, creating the life that you want. Does that make sense? Because we are here to expand, and an expansion of the identity of you, your becoming, is simply to allow the mind to accept the version of you that is closer to the completion of who you already are. Let me just explain this again, because sometimes this can puzzle people, right? So spirituality is all about getting into the presence and to access and tap into the power that exists in this infinite universal intelligence. And you and I are part of that infinite universal intelligence. And it's a vessel and the portal that the energy and power flow to and through us. So we must tap into that realm in order for us to feel home. And because we have an ability to create, we have an ability to desire, we have an ability to express and experience in this physical realm, we must continuously expand our mind to become, let's just use the term, the next layer of us, whatever that is congruent with the desire. I don't know what your desire is, so I don't know what your next layer is, but there is another deeper version of you that you can unfold through the cultivation of the belief. And the more you expand your belief by limiting, removing the limits in your belief, the belief gets closer to the knowing of who you are. And then you start attracting things to create an experience life. Yeah. So we want to ground ourselves into this being at the same time to understand that the unfoldment of the becoming is happening all the time. And we want to deliberately bring our attention to think and feel the good that we desire, and think and feel the expanded version of you to make that real, so you can begin becoming the force of attracting the life that we want to be creating. So I hope that makes sense. Sometimes this becomes a little puzzly, and you want to kind of step back and let that information to sit and sink into you. And after all, what it comes down to is an awareness and attention. Because everything that we are experiencing and what I'm talking about exists already. How do we activate that energy, or what I'm talking about, is by putting attention to it and becoming aware of it, and to put attention to it. So we want to become aware and put attention to the presence of who we are, and deliberately shift our awareness and attention to the life that we want to be creating, the version of you that you want to become, so you can constantly become moving towards what you want to create instead of moving away from the desired outcome. Yeah. Let me know if you have any question on anything that you're taking away from, and anything that you feel like need clarity. Feel free to comment below. I'll see you in the next video.